Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Curse of Oak Island. The team examines underground tunnels in the Netherlands for Templar clues. The Curse of Oak Island guys have been exploring castles, abbeys, and underground tunnels in Europe that have provided more compelling clues that the Templar Knights may have traveled to Oak Island. Oak Island researcher and author Corjan Mall and his buddy, historian Jaco Silvertent, took Rick and Alex Lagina, along with Peter Frometti and Doug Crowell, to an underground stone quarry hidden in the Dutch countryside. Jaco claimed construction had begun on the quarry in the 13th century, around the time the guys believe the Templars secretly transported ancient religious relics to Oak Island. Corjan and Jaco led the guys through a maze of huge underground cavernous tunnels, which they think were used by the Templars to hide and temporarily store their treasure in the 13th century. These tunnels were all hand-dug, which gave us a good idea of the engineering expertise of people from centuries ago. At a section of the quarry shaped like a cross, the experts showed the Oak Island team a series of drawings on the ceiling they believe were created by Templars. These consisted of a series of Templar symbols, including a cross with 4 dots, a marking the guys have seen before from that host stone found on Oak Island. Corjan suggested these tunnels were along the route Templar Knights may have used to transport the treasure from the Holy Land to Oak Island. The guys also visited a Cistercian abbey and a castle in northern Italy. According to Professor Adriano Vespani, the Cistercian order was founded by Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, who was also a founding member of the Templar Knights. The guys found multiple symbols linking European Templar sites to Oak Island. At the abbey, the guys found more symbols and crosses that matched those they had previously found on Oak Island and across Nova Scotia. Rick even spotted a wall marking consisting of oak leaves, possibly suggesting the artist had knowledge of Oak Island. The team also learned that the Cistercians excelled at studying architecture, engineering, and navigation, and that many Templar Knights studied at the abbey. Adriano claimed that this ensured the Knights knew how to sail to Oak Island and how to build the money pit. It was here that the Knights also learned how to construct Nolan's cross in alignment with the stars. The guys did not really learn much of concrete value, but there were certainly plenty of clues and hints that suggest the Templars may have gone to Oak Island. The team will stay in Europe for another week, so we may all learn more in the next episode. Oak Island archaeologists find a medieval button on Lot 5. Meanwhile, back on Oak Island, where the real hard graft continued, archaeologist Moya MacDonald uncovered an unusual artifact on Lot 5. She found a fragile button with a strange starburst design. As well as an unusual decoration, the button had an interesting combination of lead and tin, making it quite rare. Laird Niven later said he had found examples dating back to the 13th century. Once again, that particular date keeps coming up. Many fans will also be cheered to learn that Dr. Ian Spooner has been put back to work checking water samples for precious metals in the Baby Blob area. This is being done to commence core drilling in that area. Unfortunately, there are only 3 more episodes left this season, so the guys will have to get a move on if they plan to find anything substantial. On a cold, misty morning in the Netherlands, the familiar figures of the Oak Island team found themselves far from their usual hunting grounds. Marty Lagina stood at the entrance of a foreboding stone tunnel, its yawning mouth disappearing into darkness. Rick Lagina adjusted his cap and leaned forward to peer into the murk, a faint smile tugging at the corners of his lips. "This could be the breakthrough we've been searching for," he murmured. For years, the Lagina brothers and their team had been chasing rumors of the fabled Templar treasure supposedly hidden on Oak Island. But recent leads had drawn them across the Atlantic, to a network of underground tunnels beneath the Netherlands. Rumors, old documents, and a cryptic letter from a forgotten Templar knight had suggested that this place might hold answers to some of the most enduring questions in their quest. The tunnels were centuries old, carved by hands now long gone, and as the team descended into the gloom, the weight of history pressed down upon them. Jack Begley, armed with a high-powered flashlight, swept the beam across the rough-hewn stone walls. "These inscriptions," he said, pointing at faint, nearly eroded symbols etched into the rock, "they look similar to those we've seen on Oak Island. Crosses, strange geometric patterns, it's all connected. But the link was more than just the symbols. The Laginas had learned that these tunnels were used by an order connected to the Templars, a secretive group rumored to have guarded treasures, maps, and knowledge passed down through generations. If these tunnels could be fully explored, they might reveal clues that would help solve the Oak Island mystery once and for all. "All right, let's split up and cover more ground," Rick suggested, ever the pragmatist. He and Marty led the way deeper into the tunnel while Jack and Alex Lagina took a narrower path leading off to the left. The air grew colder and heavier as they ventured farther in, their footsteps echoing eerily in the damp silence. Each team member felt a strange, almost electric tension. Was it merely the weight of the task or something more? Underground, history seemed to breathe. Every scrape of their boots, every creak in the distance, felt like the whispers of those who had walked these passages in secrecy centuries ago. The Laginas had been in many dark places, both literally and figuratively, throughout their hunt. But this time felt different. Here, in the heart of the Netherlands, the past seemed alive, just out of reach but never fully revealing itself. The walls of the tunnels narrowed, and Rick paused, his fingers grazing an odd depression in the stone. "Marty, look at this," he called out. Marty crouched beside him, running his hand over what appeared to be a recessed alcove. Inside was a small carving, a stylized rose surrounded by a circle. The rose had been a known symbol of secrecy, often associated with the Templars and later with the Rosicrucians. Could this be a marker? Could this signify a hidden chamber? Marty asked, his voice hushed. Or maybe it's an indicator of something deeper within these tunnels. Their speculations were interrupted by a sudden shout from Jack, somewhere down the side passage. The brothers scrambled toward the sound, the echoes bouncing off the stone walls as they hurried through the twisting corridor. They found Jack standing before an ancient wooden door, partially rotted but still sturdy. "I think I've found something," he said breathlessly. "Look at the hinges. They've been reinforced with iron, and there's an inscription in Latin." Alex leaned closer, tracing the letters with his flashlight. "Asterisk tempus revelat omnia asterisk," he read aloud. "Time reveals all." The phrase sent a shiver down their spines. What lay behind this door? What secrets had time held back for so long? Rick pushed against the door, and with a groan of protesting wood, it slowly creaked open. A gust of stale, frigid air greeted them, along with the unmistakable smell of damp earth. As their flashlights pierced the darkness, the faint glimmer of something metallic caught their attention, a row of rusted iron rings embedded in the stone floor, perhaps once used to secure something or someone. "Look at the floor," Jack said, pointing toward a series of depressions. "These aren't natural. They were intentionally dug out and filled in again, almost like burial sites." Marty knelt down and scraped away at the dirt with a small trowel, revealing the top of an ancient stone box. "This could be it," he whispered, barely containing his excitement.